mapped out, know what your important keywords are, and have a site structure in mind, it's time to start creating some content. If you're blessed with time, writing talent, and a firm grasp of your topic, you can write your own content yourself. However, if you're short of any of these commodities, you might want to consider some more creative methods of sourcing content for your site. In this lesson, we'll cover several easy ways to get that content. Okay, number 1, outsourcing. If you have more time than money or literary skills, you could pay someone to write your articles for you. There are a number of websites that connect publishers like you with freelance writers. One popular example is elance.com. Just post a project and writers or Elancers will bid for the job, offering to write X number of articles for Y dollars per article. At the bottom end of the scale, you can spend around $5 per article, but typically, the more you spend, the higher the quality of the writing. This can be a hit and miss way to get content for your site. A lot of writers out there, particularly the very cheap ones, don't have English as a first language or seem to specialise in writing vague, confusing passages that really contribute very little to your site except for bulk. Good writers do exist on these sites, but you may need to try a few before you hit on a winner, and you may need to pay a little bit more for them. Another option for outsourcing your writing is to hire a student from your local college to write for you. This way you have the benefit of being able to interview your candidates beforehand and discuss the topic with them in person. And if you're in an English-speaking country, you can generally be sure that their English skills will be reasonable. Number 2, using private label rights resources. Private label rights, or PLR articles, are articles that essentially become yours once you purchase them. You can edit them, alter them, put your name on them, post them on your website, bind them together into a book and sell it. The choice is yours when you buy PLR articles. The author relinquishes almost all rights to the content. There are a number of ways to get PLR content. Usually you'll need to either purchase a PLR membership from a site like plrpro.com, which are very low cost per article, but you don't usually get to choose your topics. You can purchase individual packs of PLR articles from non-membership sites, more expensive cost per article, but you do get to choose the topic. Or you could scrounge around on forums for people reselling packs for cheap. These can be very cheap per article, but the quality can be quite worrying. Some PLR sites will also include market research information with their articles and have chosen the topic based on keyword search volumes or other salient measures. The good thing with PLR articles is that the quality tends to be considerably higher than articles you get for bottom dollar on Elance. In fact, you'll see PLR membership sites emphasising the fact that their writers are native English speakers. This seems like a ridiculous point to advertise, but you will come to appreciate it once you experience the alternative. There are a few downsides to using PLR articles. For example, there will be other people using the articles as well. Number 3, using content from article directories. You can also source a wide range of articles, reviews, and other content from free article directories such as ezinearticles.com. With content from article directories, you're free to post it on your site as long as you don't edit the content at all. This includes keeping the author's bio box and any links in the content intact. There are some obvious and major downsides to this kind of content. Firstly, since you're not allowed to edit the content, it will suffer from serious duplicate content penalties from the search engines. Only one site with particular content will receive the credit for that article in the form of the search engine listing, while all other sites with this content will be relegated to the supplementary results. And often the site that makes it into the search engines is the article directory itself. Secondly, you're forced to link to whatever sites the author wants to link to in their bio box or within the article itself. Thirdly, you're not able to insert your own affiliate links into the content. And fourth and finally, the quality of these articles is often not all that great. All that hassle for lackluster content. I mean, is it really worth it? In general, if you're planning to build a site for search engine optimization, or if you're looking for content for your newsletter series, you should steer well clear of article directories. If you're simply looking for something to beef up the back end of your pay-per-click site, this might be an acceptable solution for the meantime. No guarantees for the future though. The search engines are getting pickier all the time. Number 4. Don't write, talk. If you're not much of a writer, one easy way to create a lot of content for your site, fast, is to get a dictaphone and record conversations between you and a partner on a particular topic. Often it's much easier to talk about a topic than to write about it, and 1 hour of conversation can yield around 40 pages of content. You could even find an expert in your field and interview them. Once you've recorded your conversation, you can hire an e-lancer or a student to transcribe it for you. An hour of talking will typically cost around US $25 for an e-lancer to transcribe. If you're really keen, you could also add the audio to your site with an audio play button. It's a bit of a gimmick, but a lot of people prefer to listen rather than read, and it can also add some real person credibility to your site. Just be aware that you can't rely solely on audio for all of your content, since the search engines can't spider it. Yet. Number 5, blogging. If you're able to write an email to your friends or family updating them on what you've been up to, then you're able to blog. Blogging is a lot less formal than article writing, and a lot of affiliates find it much easier. It's also a lot more engaging for your readers, since you're able to let your own personality shine through. The other benefit to blogging is that by allowing comments on your blog, you can get visitors to your site to help build your content for you. Don't think it gets you out of targeting your keywords though. You should try and work your keywords into your blog posts, particularly in the titles. And the lesson summary. In this lesson, you've learned a number of approaches to finding content for your website that don't involve pulling articles out of your own head. There's outsourcing to friends, students, or through sites like elance.com. Pulling articles from article directories like ezinearticles.com. Recording conversations or interviews and then transcribing them. And of course, blogging. So, thanks for taking the time to watch this particular video lesson. And we'll see you again soon with another one.